What's up, family? It's your favorite storyteller, Matt D. Talford. And we're back with Filterless Freestyle Fridays. Now, look, I know it's been a while. I've had a hiatus. You guys have been hitting me up like, yo, Matt, when you going to drop another video? You haven't done a Filterless Freestyle Friday in a while. Listen, I've been busy. Let me tell you something. Stuck in an elevator. It has instantly reached bestseller status in my store. I have not. I did not anticipate having I thought it might be a good book launch, but my baby is and was um, From Fear to Faith, a survivor story. I mean, it's so near and dear to me, and I wrote that book to help so many people based on the experience that I went through in battling the C word, and wanted to show people how mindset can help you overcome not just a physical ailment, not just a physical situation or condition, but any type of situation or condition that might be, attacking you or whatever. So I was I was I was just blown. I've been blown away by the reception that I've had with regards to Stuck in an Elevator. We sold out our pre-order, and we did an overrun to compensate for the fact that we sold out of our pre-order stock, and have sold out of that. So we're actually we're doing we got some more copies coming in. So guys, just keep your orders coming in. If you haven't read it, you want to pick up a copy, fellas, don't let the cover fool you. This book is just as much for you as it is for the ladies. I mean, it was written by yours truly, so I got us taken care of in there too. But nevertheless, let me get off of that. All right, I just wanted to explain to you guys why I haven't done a Freestyle Friday in a while. But we're back. And so, what are we talking about today? Oh, by the way, if you're new to my channel, this is author and storyteller Matt D. Talford, author of the award-winning books From Fear to Faith, a survivor story, and Stuck in an Elevator. And for you tennis heads, I got Captain's Mate out there too. You guys can check the links in the description box below to check out where you can find these books, how you can get them. They're available either on ebook, audiobook, or paperback, depending on which book you're looking at. But anyway, let me get on off of that. So again, this is Matt D. Talford. If you're new to my channel, please, and just stop what you're doing right now and give this video a thumbs up. Why am I saying that? Because, as a YouTube content creator, we're always saying, hey, give this video a thumbs up. But we oftentimes are watching some of these videos put out by other content creators, and we forget to hit you're so engrossed with the or enthralled with the commentary or whatever the subject matter is, that sometimes you just kind of get wrapped up in it and you forget to hit the thumbs up button. So this is why a lot of content creators tell you guys to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button up front. So please, if you haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up. If and please, if you haven't done so, subscribe. I try to give you guys rich content that is thought-provoking, things that you can share and discuss. Just things that'll open up your thought and just make you have conversations with your family and friends or whatever. So if you haven't done so, please subscribe. And last but not least, share this content with people that you think are like-minded or people that you think might be interested in what I've got to say here. And I should say what we've got to say, because I've got some. I'm going to be returning to having guests on the channel and everything like that. But listen, it's been 3 minutes and some change already, and I haven't gotten into the subject matter. So let me get into that. Thank you again. Thank you for those of you who are returning, and for you new people, thank you so much for checking out my channel. I hope you like what we have to do. Give it a thumbs up right now if you haven't done so. If by the end of this video you don't like it and you want to take your thumbs up off, then that's fine. I get it. But leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me know why you like this video. Let me know why you don't like it. I mean, the comments not only benefit me, they also benefit some of the other, not readers, sorry, benefit some of the other viewers. So now, let me get on with it. 4 terms that every so-called black man needs to remove from his vernacular. Get it out of your vocabulary, get it out of your vernacular, get it out of the stories that you tell about yourselves and about your brothers. Now, if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know why I use the double air quotes when I say black. You know why I don't like the term black. I'm not going to get into that right now. So you can go and watch my video that says, or my video titled, "What Can Simple Bags of Flour Teach Us About Race?" And that'll tell you why I don't like color terms or, color descriptors for people. You're more than a color. So anyway, let me get off of that. 4 terms every so-called black man needs to get rid of. All right. Before I get into those terms, I want to tell you why first. These terms that I'm about to share with you are terms that are used to control your mind and your mouth. All right. And who's another man to tell you how to think? Who's another man to tell you how you can speak based on how you think? All right. So what's happening out here right now is when we hear one of these 4 terms, it puts a negative spin on somebody. And these terms, I think, they're like the protein walls around tumors. They are there to defend something that could ultimately be bad. Okay, if you know anything, and I know a little bit about tumors, kind of wrote about it with From Fear to Faith, a survival story. Kind of went through it in 2010, 2011. So I know a little bit about tumors and how they work. Also, I'm a former Army medic. Not that you got into oncology and being an Army medic, but you kind of have that that mindset for that. So anyway, these 4 terms are walls of protection around ideologies or agendas. This is Freestyle Friday, by the way, so I take the filter off, the filterless Freestyle Fridays. I take the filter off and tell you exactly what I'm thinking, and I don't sugarcoat it for anybody. And these days, I'm going to be doing, if I do any sugarcoating at all, it's going to be no more than 5% at best, if I do it. Because we're living in a day and time where the mainstream has no problem pushing something to you that you may or may not agree with. They got no problem with it. They don't care if you agree with it. So I certainly think that you can fight back by countering and not caring how people think about or what people think about what it is that you're countering back against the mainstream narrative with. Now, those 4 terms, again, they're put there to get you to keep your mouth shut or to close off your mind. Term number 1 that no so-called black man should be using about himself or any of his brothers. Toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. Why? Because you tend to only, that term is predominantly used to describe people who look like you and me. Toxic. What is toxic masculinity? What does that even mean? Like what does that really even mean? What is toxic masculinity? Who comes up with this stuff? Like, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm watching football. Let's give you a dichotomy. Watching football. Tom Brady throws a pick. Somebody didn't run the right route, whatever it was, whatever have you. He throws an interception. He comes to the sideline. He either didn't like the play or didn't like the route. He slams his helmet down. He gets in the face of the receiver. He might get in the face of the quarterback's coach, the offensive line coach. He's letting everybody have it. He's mad because he threw that pick. What do the commentators say? Oh, Tom's passionate. He's passionate about winning. He's really upset right now. He really wants to win this football game, and he's letting the coaches and his wide receivers know that he's not happy with what just happened on the field. Hey, let's look at a replay. Oh, yeah, I see why Tom's upset. He's got every right to be upset. Okay, fair enough. Guys play sports. They want to win. I'm an athlete. I play sports. You want to win. Play's not going your way. You might not like it. It may make you feel some type of way. Now, Cam Newton, same scenario. He throws a pick, comes to the sideline, throws his helmet. He might fuss at the wide receiver. He might go sit off in the corner or ignore the quarterback coach when he's trying to talk to him. Or, he might drop a F-bomb. I don't know. He's showing his displeasure. Oh, look at this. This is the type of toxic masculinity that's just got to stop. Why is it toxic masculinity when Cam does it, but it's passion when Tom Brady does it? So, toxic masculinity. There's no such thing. You're a man. You get to, as long as you're not physically harming anybody, you get to be a man and everything that comes with that. If a lion roars, is that toxic lionhood? If a dog growls at somebody that's walking down the street and that dog feels like he's protecting his property or protecting his domain and it feels like it's threatened, is that toxic canine-ship? That dog gets to be a dog, okay? that man gets to be a man. Stop with the toxic masculinity. Throw it out. There's no such thing. Throw it out. That is a behavior control term that somebody placed, and they use it at their discretion to describe certain people to get them to behave a certain type of way. All right? Toxic masculinity. Get rid of it. All right? That is mind control, mouth control, behavior control, term number one to every so-called black man. If you're a black man, don't never, if you identify as black, don't ever call another brother. Matter of fact, don't call any man. I don't care what his ethnic background, his ethnicity is. Don't you ever call another man or describe another man as being toxic or his masculinity as being toxic. No, you a man, be a man, all right? I'm not encouraging you to go and slam stuff around, all right? But if you're not harming anybody, if you're not harming a soul or harming anybody's property, all right, then man, just let it out. Let it out. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay to be a man. I'm here to tell you as a man, it's okay to be a man, all right? Term number one, toxic masculinity. Throw it out, all right? Let's get that one out of there. Number two, conspiracy theorist. Conspiracy theorist. Conspiracy theorist is another term used to control your mouth and your mindset. Who gets the conspiracy theory or conspiracy theorist stamp on them? Who gets the conspiracy theorist label? Anybody who is an independent thinker who goes against the mainstream narrative, all right? So whatever that mainstream narrative is, if you don't like it, and you're like, you know what, or you see the holes in it, the flaws in it, because a lot of times there are flaws. I'm not saying everything that's reported by the mainstream, and when I say reported by the mainstream, I'm talking two entities in particular: mainstream education and mainstream media, all right? If you're an independent thinker and you see a hole in it, then you're allowed to speak on that. All right? Get the whole conspiracy theorist stamp of or tag gets applied to people who speak out about the holes that they see in something. Doesn't mean that there's a conspiracy. That term, I've learned recently, only came about in the 60s, all right? That term didn't exist prior to the 1960s. We know the 1960s was a decade full of change, a decade full of it was a civil rights era. You know, there was a lot of political unrest in this country, and that term conspiracy theorist was birthed then because there were people that were seeing the holes in some of the narratives and some of the stories that were being reported by the media, and they were like, whoa, some things aren't adding up. Hey, we got to stop that. Let's create a term and throw it out there called conspiracy theorist. So what happens now? Now, if you come to an alternative conclusion based on things that you see or based on information that is shared with you that is opposite of what the mainstream narrative is, then it's like, oh, well, you know what? If we call this person a conspiracy theorist, they'll shut up, because nobody wants that label, right? Nobody ever wants to be called a conspiracy theorist. That's a bad word. Brothers, throw it out. All right? Throw that term out. Don't ever call another brother a conspiracy theorist. Listen to what he's got to say. And before you listen, I always say with every what, there's a connected why. Okay? Before you dismiss somebody and scoff at them and call them a conspiracy theorist, which is something, again, a term that's only about 60 years old, didn't exist before. Mankind is way older than that. Why all of a sudden there's a term that's only 60 years old stick? I got a problem with that, first of all right? I got a problem with that. But anyway, stop calling somebody conspiracy theorist because they have a difference of opinion. Say, you know what? He's got a different opinion. I don't agree with it, but it is his. You got a right to your different opinion. Okay? Now, so throw that one out. Conspiracy theorist was designed to get you to keep your mouth shut when you see the hole in a story. And maybe there is no hole in the story. I'm going to earn the side of you guys that like to call people conspiracy theorists for just a hot minute. Maybe there is no hole in the story. But let this man spit on what it is that he sees. You know, if you don't agree with it, then throw it out. All right? Whatever you want, there's a connected why. Find out why he's saying that. Maybe why don't before you put your hand up and stop it, maybe you ought to take a look at what he's saying and compare it to what the other narrative is and see, you know, where the truth might lie. All right? Conspiracy theories, that's term number 2. Throw it out. Term number 3. All right? Anti-Semite. Oh, yeah, that's a hard one. I know that's hard because, oh, this is you protected class here, whatever. Protected class. You don't. Let me tell you something. I'm not even going to get all into the lineage of Noah's 3 sons. All right. I'm not going to get into that because there's some holes in that. And that's right there in the Bible. You call it conspiracy theory if you want. It's right there in the scripture. But I'm not here coming at anybody. All you know is what you were told when you were born, what you were taught about who you were by the people who helped to raise you and rear you when you were young. So I'm not saying this to come at anybody. All right. Though I'm not scared to speak on what I know. But I'm not saying this to come at anybody. Remember, these are the 4 terms that every so-called black man needs to throw out. First of all, let me explain something. I've never known a brother to that says, "Oh man," not, like I don't know him. I mean, I'm not saying they don't exist, but I don't personally know. I don't have in my sphere, all right, in my space, people who say, "Oh, I don't like this person because they're this." That's not typically us anyway. I mean, we've had it done to us so much. That's not typically us. All right. That's not typically us. We don't say, "Oh, I don't like this person because they're white. I don't like this person because they're Spanish. I don't like this person because they're African." No, it's like, I don't like this person because they're a butthole. Or I don't like this person because they're not smart and they try to sound like they're smart. Or I don't like this person because, you know, they cheat at sports or they cheat when they're playing cards or whatever. Or this person lies. They give you a reason why they don't like that person that has nothing to do with their physical characteristics. All right. All right. So now, but let me come back to the whole Semite thing. All right. For a brother, a brother can't, I'm not saying he can't be, but what I'm saying is, if you know who you really are, if you so-called Afro-American in this country, if you're the descendants of Aboriginal, copper-colored, the Aboriginal copper-colored races, all right, you're a Shemite, all right. I don't know why the powers that be, the European linguists or whatever decided to drop the H from Shem and just go with Semite. I don't know why. I'm not even gonna get into that. But if you're a descendant of the Aboriginal Americans, then you're a Shemite. All right. If you're a descendant of the transatlantic slave trade, you're a Shemite. So for a brother to call another brother a Shemite is anti-Semite or anti-Shemite because he might say something that's got to do with the politics of a certain region of the world called the Middle East, which is also a new term too. That's a geopolitical term. There is no continent called East. That's Northeast Africa. And depending on which direction you continue into, it could be Asia, all right, Western Asia or Northeast Africa. But there's no continent called East, all right? So I've never heard anybody say the Middle West. I've heard the Midwest United States. I've heard the Mid-Atlantic United States, all right? I've heard the Deep South United States. But I've never, I mean, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense to say Middle East of what? But anyway, I'm gonna get off that. So, you know that, and again, this kind of goes back to Genesis chapter 10. But if you understand who you are, then you know that you're actually a Shemite. All right. There's no, and I know that the evangelical Christians and the Christian establishment told you everybody with brown skin or dark skin is a Hamite. That's not true. That is not true. But I'm not gonna that's not the whole purpose of this video. Stop calling another brother an anti-Semite because he might say something that for whatever reason he disagrees with the opinions or perspectives or politics of the people today who claim to be Semites or Semitic. And I'm not going to get all into that. That's a whole nother, I'm not into that because I got friends who are Jewish and I love them and they love me and we don't agree on everything. We don't agree on everything. And when I say Jewish, I'm saying they identify as Jewish or whatever. This whole identity, let me tell you something, man. We're living in a day and age where we're in prophecy season. I say this in a lot of my videos, and you're gonna see some Bible prophecies unfold that when the unfolding is completed, you're gonna know who's who and where they're from. Undeniably. That's in scripture. All right. And if we know a lot of these prophecies have come to pass, we know that there are more that are coming to pass. Okay? Or pass. The seers know it. The oracles know it. These world leaders that use these seers and oracles, they know it. So they battling real hard right now to keep you in the dark about a lot of these things, okay? They fighting real hard to maintain control of the narrative. This is why I'm on here telling y'all to stop believing the stories that other people tell you about who you are when they're not you. Stop it, okay? What's the last term, Matt? The last term. Anti-Semite, throw it out. Don't never call another brother an anti-Semite because you don't know what you're saying, all right? He probably doesn't not like somebody who, because of, what their claimed ethnicity is or what their color is or whatever, just because he says, you know what, I don't agree with the politics of this region, or I don't agree with what this guy had to say, or I don't agree with what No. You're allowed to disagree without being anti-person. I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with everything my mom and dad said to me in my whole lifetime, but that don't mean I'm anti-mom and dad. Know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything my brother says and does, but I'm not anti my brother. I don't agree with everything my wife says or does. I'm not anti my wife. But all of a sudden, if you disagree with a certain people, then you're anti them. Man, come on, y'all got to cut that out, brothers. Y'all, whatever. I'm not talking to anybody else. I'm talking to you. You look like me. If you're brown, if your skin's brown, whatever, different shade of brown. I'm saying, get rid of that term to describe you. You don't get to do that. To throw that out. Throw it out. I mean, you can do it if you want to, but I'm saying you should throw it out. What's that final term, Matt? Homophobe. That is another mouth controlling, mentality controlling phrase that brothers should stop using. Why? Why, Matt? Why? First of all, we know what the prefix homo stands for. I'm not going to get into that. We know what that is, all right? We know what that is, all right? Phobe. Phobe is what? Phobia. What is phobia? Fear. I don't know any brother who's afraid of somebody because of their sexual preference or how they identify. I don't know any brother who's afraid of that, all right? So they threw this term on you. Oh, if you don't like the Lil Nas X video, if you don't agree with someone whose lifestyle isn't yours, if you don't agree with watching the Tennis Channel and without warning, a freaking HIV pharmaceutical ad pops on showing two dudes who look like you kissing each other, and you don't agree with that, you don't like that, all of a sudden you're a homophobe? What if I got kids and I don't want my kids to see that, but I want my kid to study, Rafael Nadal's forehand technique or study his footwork, so we watching a Nadal match, and then it cuts over to this. You see, the people, the rulers of this world, the controllers of this world, they're not trying to get grown people because your mind's already set. They use one of those 4 control terms to get you to keep your mouth shut while they're trying to shape your children. That's what they're after. That's what they're after. You want to know how Christianity got introduced to a lot of us? The history of it? It started with the Spanish Inquisition. Go look at Hidden Hebrews 4. Go look at Hidden Hebrews 3. Go look at Hidden Hebrews King David. These are short documentary films put out by B'nai Israel. You can look at it on his YouTube channel. All right, and maybe I'll throw a link in the description below. But what they did, Spanish Inquisition, they took these Hebrews that who were once upon a time known for who they are. They took these Hebrews and told them, look, y'all getting the heck up off it. Almost said something else, but my nephew watches these videos. Y'all got to get the heck up off this Iberian Peninsula. We had enough of y'all Moors. We busting this up. We got rid of the Ishmaelites. Now y'all Israelites got to go. All right, listen. Either you're going to convert full scale to Roman Catholicism, a.k.a. Christianity, or we're going to exile you, beat you, torture you, kill you. And by the way, we're going to take your kids too. We're going to take them away from you, and we're going to send them down to some slave colonies, and we're going to teach your young kids how to be good Christians. And guess what? Once they grow up, all they're going to know is Christianity. So when they get married and have kids, guess what? Their kids are Christians. This is how you do it. I've often said this. It only takes 1 to 2 generations to flip a whole nation, a whole group of people. If you want to flip their mindset, it only takes 1 to 2 generations. Get rid of the adults, retrain the children, you got them. That's how they do it. So, that is the same thing. Now, I know I got off in the weeds a little bit, but this whole little, thing with freaking homophobe, throw that out, man. Just because I don't like your lifestyle, just because your lifestyle doesn't work for me, what you doing behind your closed doors, that's your business. I don't care. I don't care. Look, if you and me work together, whatever, man, listen, we got a job to do. All right, if I see you in the street and you smile, whatever, I smile, wave my hand, hey, what's up, man? Listen, ain't nobody, look, I ain't mad at you for what you do in the privacy of your home. But if a curriculum is being taught to my loved ones, my little ones, and I don't agree with it, and I speak out on that, or if you're blasting something in my face like these articles about this Lil Nas X video he did, and I'm speaking out on what I see is wrong with it or why I don't like it, now all of a sudden, because this person identifies as a certain type of way, a certain type of preference, whatever, then I'm afraid of them? That's stupid, man. That's stupid. I ain't met a man I'm scared of yet. And I'm not trying to say I'm hard or nothing. I ain't met a man I'm scared of. So why would I be scared of you because you got a different lifestyle? Throw that out, brothers. Throw that out. Stop calling each other homophobe. I'm not talking about nobody else. Other people gonna call you whatever. It's time to fix us, man. I'm going to wrap this video up. I didn't mean for this to go this long. I really didn't. It's time for us to fix us, man. Ain't nobody gonna fix us but us, all right? Ain't nobody gonna fix us but us. We got to do it, okay? So that's it. That's all I got for y'all, all right? 4 terms that every so-called black man needs to stop using, all right? We need to stop. We need to watch the words that we speak about ourselves and about each other. We got to fix us. We all we got. We all we got. We got to fix us. Your pastor ain't going to fix you. You waiting on him to do it? No, he just want to make sure you keep coming and paying them tithes and dropping that offering pan and dropping that offering in the pan and of course, I mean, they say, oh, yeah, we're here to save your soul. We're here to do the work of saving souls or whatever. Go watch my videos on exploring salvation. I got 3 of them and then some post-rap stuff on my channel. Go watch my 3 exploring salvation videos. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Salvation has always been a physical act. It's always been a physical act. It's never been something that is theory, something that is some spiritual church experience. No, salvation has always been physical. Look it up. I got the receipts on it. Go check my videos, all right? All right? For y'all, super religious people or whatever that, anyway, let me get off of that. Take your mind back, man. Take your mind back. And take your manhood back. Stop being afraid to be a man. This is why we all messed up right now. We're all messed up because we've allowed others to control the narrative about us. And we've come under the subjection of somebody else's story about you. This is how you're supposed to behave. I think the toxic masculinity example I gave is probably one of the best ones. All right? Stop believing the stories that other people tell you about who you are. Stop it. Don't do it. It's time to stop. And then stop speaking negatively about your brother. It's okay to disagree. Don't slap a label on him. Don't slap a label on him. It's time to throw these labels, and I'm not saying that labels don't, let me say this. It's time to stop with these false labels. Toxic masculinity, made up. Conspiracy theorist, made up. Anti-Semite, made up. Homophobe, made up. Those are 4 terms that are used to control your mouth. You're a man. You got freedom of speech. I don't care. And you don't need a constitution to give you that. You're a man. Somebody don't like what you got to say? Tough. And I'm not saying you got to walk around here offending everybody, but you also ain't got to be offended and not say nothing. I'm going to end it on that one, y'all. Check out my work. I'm going to put the thumbnails at the end of this video, and I'll throw some links in the description below. I'm not going to drag this out, y'all. I'm pretty passionate about that. But it's not toxic. Peace, y'all.